Welcome back to Heroes Next Door. Thank you for joining us. Today on Station Cribs, we have a very special station. We're in Carmel, Indiana. Today we have a very cool station. This is a new station that looks like one of the old ones. Let's go take a look. So this is Station 44. They have 6 stations here in Carmel, Indiana. We're going to meet up with one of their division chiefs and their PIO. They're going to walk us through.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
Good, how's it going?
Not too bad. Thanks for inviting us in, John.
By all means.
So, John, you're the division chief here for...
Yes, sir.
What's your title?
Division Chief of Community Relations, City of Carmel Fire Department.
Okay, and Tim, you are?
I'm our Public Information Officer,
Okay.
so PIO.
Okay, now this house is fairly new,
Yes,
but
sir.
as I was driving down the road, I took a look at it. It looks like your traditional firehouse. Was that intentional?
Yes, absolutely. All the men and myself as the captain, we designed and took the design to the City Council and the mayor and the Township trustee, and they were all on board.
Wow.
Yeah, as one of the firefighters that was working here at the time, John's too kind. He really did drive that home, and access was great to kind of allow us to work with them and really let the firefighters design how this station was going to look and a lot of its functions, all the way down to the tiles upstairs.
Wow.
So we really appreciated
Wow.
that.
I'm excited to go see it. Now, Axis was the architectural firm that worked
Yes,
with you.
absolutely.
So they've done, a dozen or so, probably 30 over the last decade of designing firehouses. So, this is another one of them. We've seen a couple of them before. So they've done some good job. Let's go take a look at yours.
Yeah, let's take a look. So as we come in, I know something was important to the guys. They wanted to have that kind of that old school feel, so a washroom here, which is nice. When we have a run, we can come back, do an EMS run. We can do reports here, check things out. Renee's checking out stuff here on the computer right now as we go. But just kind of an all-purpose room also.
So you run fire and EMS?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we run. Our firefighters are on both our ambulance and our EMS trucks. So we're pretty fortunate. We run 4 on our engines, 5 on our ladder, and then 2 on our ambulance, and we try to run everything ALS.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it at least has 1 medic on every piece of equipment.
That's pretty cool to have.
Yes, very important for us.
So now, do you have BLS providers also?
Yeah, we are all EMTs. So from John and the chief down, everyone is a EMT at least, and also then like I said, we have several medics too.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, nice big open room. You got plenty of computers, all the technology that you need, and you're right here for the public to see you too. So
yeah, that's great. I mean, it gives us that visibility as people are coming up and they get to see kind of what happens.
We have a monitor that's monitoring everything going on during the day, runs and training and that type of stuff as well to keep everybody well informed.
And that's for all the departments. So across all stations.
All the
Yeah.
stations.
So we have 6 stations here in Carmel.
Okay.
6 ladders, or 6 engines, 2 ladders, and 4 ambulance.
Okay. Now, this is a fairly new station, but you built in a lot of some of your older histories by putting, memorabilia up and things like that. It makes it feel very homey, even right from the foyer area.
And that, I think, was something you designed. I mean, John was at the station that was originally here, and it was built, the original station was built in what year?
82.
Okay.
We opened it in 82. As a matter of fact, this is the door, one of the doors that went from what would be the dining room area out to the bays, and it had the handprint that opened it every time. So
Right.
we thought it very important to keep it. There's a picture of that station,
Okay.
what it looked like then.
Okay.
So this door would have been right through there where you come through to go to the
So
bays.
in order to build this station, you tore that one right
tore it down,
right down to the ground. And then what did you do during that period?
So during that period, they sent one of the ambulances to one of the outlining stations, and then to keep this engine in the district, they rented a home.
Okay.
And it was next to a school parking lot. We got permission from the school to put up a shed-type, garage-type thing to store the apparatus, the fire engine.
Right.
And we put it in there. We made a pathway from the house down to that garage.
Okay.
And we ran the fire engine out of there to keep the engine in the district and protect this area.
Right, that's a good way to do it. Not all of us can build at a new site and stuff like that. We may have to tear down and build up. I know there's one back home that they're currently trying to tear down and work and how to put things. So you guys did it.
Yeah, we were able to keep everybody in service, in their district.
Right.
Yeah, it was really fortunate to have. And it was, like we were talking about, it's strange to live in a house during that time, but it was really good to be in our district. Our truck was right there, so it was nice.
Right. So in here, what do we have?
So this is the on-duty officer's kind of quarters, or the station captain.
Okay.
So he can do work during the day. If he needs to come in off duty, he can come in. Again, reports, things that he needs to take care of.
Right.
Maybe have a meeting with the guys. We can do it right here in his station.
So pretty much on the main level are your Apparatus Bay and the business side of the house.
Absolutely.
Yes. And then the other side of the, kind of the business side, something that's important, obviously, in the fire service is staying in shape. Physically, it's a physical job. And so built a nice big weight room, which was really good to just have a big space to be able to work out from here.
Right.
So all 6 people that are stationed here at the firehouse have no problem getting in if they want to work out at the same times, because a lot of crews will do that. They'll work out as a crew.
Yeah.
Some will work out individually throughout the day.
Right.
But important, so great space for that.
Right, and it's open, it's bright, you got plenty of windows, so there's a safety concern. You got the windows, people can see you, you know, if God forbid you do go down
Yeah.
while you're working out, because we do push it, you know, as far guys, we push it to the limits. You have that safety. And outside you have like a little patio?
Yes, which is nice. So if guys want to work outside, if they want to move anything out here,
Right.
We can literally just walk right out here, and they've got a nice patio space here that they can do any kind of working out that they want on this concrete pad. Another nice feature is a lot of the weight rooms don't, you know, have high ceilings. This has such a high ceiling, so if guys want to do anything with, say they want to work a wall ball into the situation, you know, where they're working out, they've got plenty of space to go up high enough on this ceiling so they can throw
really
it up,
get it going.
and they don't have to worry about hitting the ceiling, or if they're on the Stairmaster, they're not ducking down. So plenty of space and headroom, having those nice vaulted ceilings in here.
Right.
So
And working with the architectural firm to say, this is what we need, this is what's
Exactly.
important.
Again, it goes back to taking surveys and everything from the men as a team
Right.
that run out of the station and getting their input.
Yeah.
And this is the type of things they talked about.
Yeah, all too often nowadays we see, you know, a lot of this workout equipment in an engine bay or an apparatus bay, you know, and they do the best they can, they do what they can, but having a nice big room like this is pretty cool.
yeah, wonderful. You know, I definitely it's taken advantage of.
So Chief, Tim had to step away for a moment, but while he was stepping away, we're going to meet him upstairs in just a little bit. You and I got to talking. Now, the city of Carmel has an emergency operations center. And, you know, you invited us to go see that. So
Absolutely.
We're thinking, you know, our viewers would love to see that.
Okay.
So in another episode, we're going to go take a look at that.
Excellent.
All right, so after this, we'll head out there and go to that one, take a look.
Absolutely, we can do that.
All right, so you viewers, do us a favor, pay attention, because maybe next week or the week after that, depending on the editing, we're going to go take a look at their EOC here in the city of Carmel. Now, John, we're making our way back upstairs. We're going to meet up with Tim. But
Okay.
Before I do that, I got to do a favor. Hit subscribe, hit notification. If you like this show, we appreciate it. So up here is your living quarters, and wow, you know, I step off this landing here, and it's home.
And that's exactly what John and the firefighters that were here kind of wanted to add to this. I mean, the heart and soul of your home at the, you know, where you live, and then here at the firehouse is the firehouse, you know, or the kitchen. And so just like our kitchen table, which all of our kitchen tables are designed by our firefighters. So they built this. This is out of an old bowling alley.
Okay.
So we have several at different stations.
Right.
But they built this, and this is kind of where, you know, the 25-year vet teaches the 3-year guy, you know, what to do, or, you know, kind of just the etiquette of the firehouse. A lot is learned here.
Right. Now, we've been to firehouses that have these tables. You had this made, or did your guys build it? Or
Our firefighters built it. So
Okay.
they did a lot, most of the fabrication, everything themselves.
Right.
Down to even putting the coating on top. So
Okay.
And the fire hydrants below it that are holding it up
Okay.
are designed.
It's absolutely beautiful table. Now, you guys also do Facebook, Instagram.
Correct,
You got
yes.
a YouTube channel. So I was watching before I got here. I wanted to do a little bit of research. Watching your channel, and I saw you guys bring this up. You know, it was no small feat to get to upstairs.
No. This is not. You know, a tornado hits this building, this table's still going to be sitting here. It is well built and heavy for sure.
So if you guys are interested, do us a favor, check out their website, check out their YouTube channel and all their stuff too. Great bunch of guys. They got a cool stuff on there. They've done a lot of things during the pandemic for the kids. Awesome thing to do.
Well, hey, thank you very much. So we've got our kitchen here, and we have 3 shifts here in Carmel. So A, B, and C. So we have, for each one at this station has their own food fund. So we have
Okay.
a pantry that has food for each shift.
Oh,
so this
wow.
is A crews.
Okay.
So in here, you're going to have all the food. Each one has a refrigerator and a freezer
Okay.
that they can keep everything in. So just a way to keep it separate, you know, between each of the shifts.
Right, right. I like that it's kind of in a closet. It kind of hides it a little bit, so it keeps it almost a cleaner feel. We've been to stations where all the fridges are, you know, A, B, and C fridge right next to each other, but by kind of hiding it away, when you're not here, you just deal with your stuff. You don't have to
It's
deal
nice.
with
Yeah,
it.
there's normally, you know, this on an A crew day, the store is going to be open, the others will be shut. So
Right,
we
right.
got that taken care of. Now, something else that they've got in this big kitchen is, you know, large expanse area here. It's open kind of area and great to cook. So all of us in the firehouse think we're the best cooks, the best chefs.
Right.
And this is where some of those guys can show off, and female firefighters and can show off their cooking skills.
Exactly.
So we've got the big kitchen table, and John can talk about kind of, they wanted to go with this stainless.
Yes, we wanted to go with stainless because, like anywhere, we can destroy it. If it was any type of other top, the corners will break off and stuff like that.
Right. Now, I also noticed you have the traditional tiles on the back, and was that intentional? Or
Yes, absolutely. We asked for subway tile to be put because, again, going back to that old look firehouse, they had the subway tiles behind the stoves.
Right.
Back in the day.
So yeah, it's a huge area. You got all the commercial appliances because you guys are running a minimum of 6 guys here.
Yeah.
On a regular basis. So you got to cook for all those guys and girls, and having a nice big kitchen, plenty of prep space, and this actually acts as a bar too, so you can sit down, watch some television.
That's exactly right. And what's nice to the double sinks, you having both sinks, so you can be prepping over here, you can be putting stuff away here, big area to cook from, which is nice. So not just one guy's has to be cooking here, 2 or 3 firefighters.
Rookie does dishes.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of find out I like to cook, and one of the reasons is you're either cooking or you're doing dishes.
Right.
So I'd rather be cooking than having to do the dishes afterwards.
This is the first time I've seen the pans up top. That's very modern, and I've seen it in a lot of those Joanna Gaines kind of shows. Pretty cool to see in a firehouse.
It's nice, and we've kind of moved to this in several of our fire stations. I think it's nice because it keeps cabinet space for other things. It can keep it up out of the way. It's clean, it's easy.
You can make your choice as you walk along, which one you'd like to get.
Right.
Say you're a new firefighter or somebody that's floating in for the day. It's easy to find where stuff is.
I don't have to open all the cabinets.
Sometimes you're looking through every cabinet, so it's right here for you.
Right.
Another nice feature of this is, right out here, which is a great space. So instead of just letting the roof space above the weight room go to waste, they turned it into a outdoor patio, which is nice. So they can have dinner out here. If they come back, and it's a nice evening, they can be sitting out here waiting for the next call to come on.
Right. You got your smoker, you got your grill.
Yeah. So we're going to be grilling and smoking, and that's the other thing. Honestly, with an completely upstairs-based kitchen and living space.
Right.
That way you're not walking all the way downstairs to grill your food and coming back up. You can do it right here and walk right into the kitchen.
Yeah, little fire pit.
Yeah, fire pit. One of the captains here at the station built actually and ran the line, so guys can come up here again. And you talk about that mental aspect of the fire service and kind of what we see. So much decompressing. Come outside. You can sit down, talk about that last run, maybe go through it if somebody needs to. So. Just great spaces for that family atmosphere that happens in the firehouse.
I think this would be a great space for that PIO or the FTO to come out here and sit maybe one-to-one with the new guy and say, the guys are in there doing their stuff, but let's go talk outside. It's nice and quiet. It's private. We can have that conversation, and then we can move forward. So it's an awesome space to use.
Yeah, it really is. It's and great views. The city has, really done just a great job with green spaces. So you're able up here, sit out, and kind of look at a great area.
Yeah. And get a tan.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, you got your popcorn maker. I mean, a must here at the firehouse. You got to have a coffee maker and a popcorn maker. I feel like those are a necessity.
But as we walk back in, even from the patio, I'm in the middle of everything. Like, this is the hub of what you guys do. I can see the guys watching television. I can have my snack, or I can sit down and talk. Was this purposeful?
Absolutely. Center point of being a family. Just like at home, the family normally gathers in the dining room, kitchen area, the cooking area, and meet up there. That's what we want to do with the firefighters. Yet they still have individual rooms they can go to if they want to have privacy.
Okay.
And that's what's nice. I mean, we're open from the kitchen right in here. So, after dinner, if we have time to sit down in between runs, catch maybe your favorite show, you can sit here as a family and do that, and you can be right here open to the kitchen.
Sure.
Somebody maybe comes back, the ambulance comes back late from a run, the guys are trying to catch a movie, they can sit right here, enjoy the movie with them.
Right. I love the stadium seating kind of thing here. We've been to so many on the East Coast that haven't incorporated this. Out in the Midwest here, you guys have done a lot of stadium seating, and I find it cool because the guys in the back can actually see.
Exactly.
All too often we'd have to spread them out from side to side, and we get real big circles, but here, you can use a smaller space and still have plenty of comfort.
Yeah, it makes for great time for when we're all in.
Something else we added in between each set of chairs is a USB port.
Okay.
So the person, if they want it, while others are watching TV, but they want to be kind of both on their computer, they can do that.
Or checking out the YouTube channel. Here's next door.
There you go.
Exactly. Checking out the station cribs.
Yeah. So the other thing I noticed is the color choices you have in here. You know, it seems a little bit quieter, a little bit mellower with the darker colors. Again, I assume that's purposeful.
Chosen by the firefighters, absolutely.
Yeah.
All the colors, tiles, flooring, carpet, picked by the firefighters.
That's awesome to incorporate them when you're building buildings.
Absolutely, it's their home.
So you mentioned that you have bunks here. Let's go take a look at the bunks.
Yeah.
So making our way into your dorm room, first thing I noticed real quick is this pole. You use these poles.
We absolutely do. It's an 18-foot drop from this floor down to the lower level where the apparatus is. The gates simply open like this.
Okay.
And the firefighter will step in, and once the weight is activated on the pole, the chute will open up like this. And then they'll simply slide down.
Wow, that's awesome. You know, all too often nowadays, a lot of people are worried about, you know, the insurance of having a pole. They've been shutting a lot of the poles down and stuff like that, but you got a nice gate around it.
Yeah,
so
a
it's
protective
protected.
gate to keep anyone from falling through it.
Right.
We have one here in the front and one in the back. That way, any of the dorms that we'll walk through and look at, you have immediate access to a pole to get down to the bay.
This was important for the firefighters that worked here because having a station that's right above your base, that actually can shorten our run time, because even if it's only moments, those moments can be important, as you know, in an emergency.
Right.
And so they can be right here, access the pole, and then right next to the truck.
Right, because in order to get from the dorms, you got to come back through the kitchen, back to the stairway we went down the stairway, through 2 more doors.
Exactly.
And all that takes time, where they can come right from their dorm, hit here, boom, they're ready to
Right
go.
next to their truck and their gear.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool to have. So, and you have 2.
2 of them. One in the back, one in front.
All
Yep,
right.
so all near the dorms. And so we have our dorms here. The first dorm is made for the station officer.
Okay.
And so that was something, again, that John mentioned when we were working with him. He has a little bigger dorm than the other dorms. That way, you know, if he needs to do work, come in here and get something done, he can. So
Okay.
as you come in, you've got your 3-shift lockers for
Right.
each of the officers that are here. Nice bathroom for, you know, again.
Bathroom and shower.
Yeah, bathroom, shower. And then they have their dorm, which has bed in it. You know, all of them have a window, and then has a workstation for them.
Right. Yeah, this is, you know, college dorm living. It's really
Exactly.
what it is. So.
And you know, it's nice too because you can also place in these dorms, you can set it to only your apparatus. So
Okay.
it goes off. So if you don't get a call that night, you're not going to wake up, get a little more sleep, because they're finding, you know, how much it helps us the more sleep we can get, because just the detriment that we have
Right.
getting calls throughout the night, to have that access to be able to shut
Now,
it down.
you run an engine here and a medic unit.
Yes.
But do you have plans maybe to do a tower or anything like that? Or
Down the road, we definitely will probably add another ladder truck
Okay.
out to the east side, and they did build this station with that in mind, with the
Okay.
capability to grow. So if we come down here, we've got some of the dorms here, and we have 8 total,
8.
6 firefighters. So we already have 2 extra built in.
Okay.
And then we've got some rooms this mechanical room and a quiet room we can turn into it.
Right.
If you want, we can see. So we've got kind of a quiet room that can be used right now. We have, you know, firefighters that are in medic school.
Okay.
Again, they can have a space to kind of get away from that community area.
Right.
And they can get in here and just have a space to study. You can see we've got pharmacology right here on top.
Right.
So in all of their
EKG
cardio,
rhythms.
EKG. So, you know, somebody's been in here today studying and kind of preparing for medic school.
Yeah, that's a nice place to have. You know, we want that community, but there's times during your day where you got to kind of break away. And having a nice study place that's quiet, that you can close the door, maybe even, you know, watch your own program rather than what's on the big screen is important too. That helps that family atmosphere stay cordial.
Exactly. And what's nice too, they have their dorms to go into, but sometimes, you know, that you incorporate that with sleep. So this can be their area that they incorporate. Hey, I study in here. This is where I get things done.
Right. So with all these kind of dorms, you have laundry to do too. So you have a laundry facility for the guys?
Yeah, so this is laundry for obviously clothes and then sheets and bedding.
Okay.
And that's up here. We have dirty laundry, you know, or towels and shop towels and everything that's going to be down in the base.
Okay. And here's the other pole.
Yeah. So second pole right here off the day room, and then off the other set of dorms.
Kind of give our viewers a picture of what we just did. We did basically a big circle, a big square. So we covered the top of the engine bay. We covered some of the offices on the other side up top. But you can get access to your engine bay from this pole, which is right by the day room, or the other pole, which is right by your dorms.
Yep, correct. And then we've got, this is just a normal firefighter quarters
Okay.
dorm room. So similar to the other, but, you know, three locker spaces.
A, B, and C platoons,
Yep.
yeah.
And then our bathroom, and then, as you can see, just a little bit smaller.
Right.
Smaller room than the captain just doesn't have, but still has plenty of room for a desk, a TV, you know, bedding. So.
Right. Again, the colors, though, are very important, too.
Yeah.
They're on that darker side. You have the darkening shades.
Yes.
So when you come in here to sleep, you're able to actually rest.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So if, in between those runs that you're going to get, you can actually try to get some good quality sleep. And you can control your own temperature to each of your dorms.
Oh, wow.
Some firefighters may want a hot room when they sleep. Somebody may want it really cold. And this way, you're not fighting in a big, what we probably came into. I started out with a big dorm,
Yeah,
and the temperature is what it is.
Right, yeah.
This way you have a little
usually
more
the senior guy gets to rule it, and it's either hot or cold. So having each of the dorms have their own temperature, that's pretty slick too.
So we can head right back up here, like you said. Just a big circle, and kind of here at the top of our day room again, right next to the kitchen.
Theater room, really.
Yeah, really, yeah, nice theater room.
So one of the things I noticed are the pictures and stuff on the wall. You have a pretty awesome little mural, I guess, back here. Is this something that your fire guys made, or how?
Actually, and I don't have his name, but someone donated this to us and built it. And so it's beautiful what he did, and just a really cool piece. So very cool, and they put it right here for everybody to see because it's such a great piece to have here.
That's awesome. So the community knows about you. They're involved with you.
Absolutely.
You like to stop by, say hi, whatever needed.
We're very involved with them as well.
We're super fortunate to kind of live in the area we do. The community and the citizens really support us, all the way from the mayor down to the city council, to kind of understand what it is we do and kind of how we operate, which is important. And so they've been supportive really throughout.
Right. It's important to have those stakeholders actually involved in a firehouse. All too often we separate it. They give us, a little bit of finance here and there on the East Coast, and we do our own fundraising and stuff like that. But having those stakeholders really involved in your program and understand what the station's about, the guys that are here, it is very, very important.
Yeah, that's something we try to do as a department, is get out in the community, let them know what we do. Like John started to say, we have open houses that we do yearly, so people can come into the stations, kind of see their neighborhood fire station, see what it's about, what it looks like inside. They see it from the outside, but understand who the guys are and girls that live here and work here.
Right. So we have the Apparatus Bay to go yet. A lot of our viewers love to see these trucks. So let's go downstairs, take a look at these trucks you got.
Now you're going to use the pole, right?
Sure, absolutely. Clearly, that is way faster than taking any other stairs. You get to your truck, get to your engine real quick.
You were a little faster coming down than we were.
That was quick. Very well done.
Yeah, that was awesome. Having two of those in a firehouse brings me way back to the old traditions, so that's awesome to have. So normally you have a couple of things stored in here. What do you normally store in your apparatus?
So normally where we're standing, our ambulance would be our medic. They're out on a call still right now, so we have, that'll have an EMT and a paramedic on it.
Okay.
And they also do fire. I think that's good to know that all of our apparatus fight fire. So the ambulance have a job function on the fire ground also.
Okay. Do they carry SCBAs on that?
Yes, yep, full fire gear, SCBAs, irons.
Okay.
And so depending on when they arrive, one may be rehab.
Right.
One of the ambulances on a fire will help with search and rescue. They'll tag in and do, and somewhere out here where the ladder isn't, they'll be first to go in and do search and rescue while the engine's working suppression.
All right, very cool. And you run, what, F450 type 1s?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So we have that, and then over here is engine 41. Engine 41. Listen to me.
Yeah.
That's my old piece of equipment. We have engine 344 here. So this houses our 4 firefighters.
Okay.
On it. So we have 1 officer per truck.
Yep.
And then so we'll have a captain on 1 shift, and then 2 lieutenants on the other 2 shifts. And then we have the 3 firefighters. We also have engineers.
Okay.
So that's a dedicated
position.
Position that is tested for. So we have a dedicated driver that drives and pumps the apparatus.
Okay. Now this is a mid-mount. Water, and I know it's not normally your truck. So
I want to say 750 on tank water, I believe, with this one. So I think our new one has 500. I think this one had 750 gallons on it.
Okay. And it carries everything. Is it also a rescue too, or?
No, but they actually do. So Station 4, because our ladder trucks actually carry all our heavy rescue.
Okay.
But out here, Engine 44 does carry some small extrication equipment also. So we've got just, and like any fire truck, obviously lots of tools as we walk by.
Right.
Extra hose, nozzles, EMS is in this area here.
You have a life pack. This is an ALS truck.
Oh yeah, totally. All of our engines are ALS, so they all have a paramedic on it along with everyone being EMTs.
Right.
Just engineer compartment. Also our RIT bag.
Yep.
So everybody, and that'll be marked. All of our trucks marked where the RIT bag is. And back here we just have some small extrication tools if needed.
So you can do a door pop, you can do a window, or something basic.
Yeah.
Your typical hydraulic tools.
Yep, some hydraulic tools.
Some basic cribbing.
Yep, some basic cribbing. So that way, if they're waiting on the ladder and they're kind of on the corner of the district, they can start trying to get into that car.
Right. Get it stabilized, maybe pop a door if you need to. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know what year this truck is by chance? I'm going to put you on the spot here.
I would say this is a 16. I think a 16.
2016 is a Seagrave, right?
Yep, Seagraves, 2016.
Okay. Next to this, you have a tactical support unit. I can read that on the side.
Yeah. So our hazmat. Now, normally this is not housed. Right now, we're actually doing construction on our headquarters, so they've moved a couple of pieces of equipment to house that. So right now, we do have our hazmat out here. Normally, it's at station 345, so a little different. And then we normally have our tactical unit for large events. It's a mobile EOC basically. So if we have a big event here in Carmel, we can move that to it, or if we can use that for whatever need be. And this is obviously used on any.
So throughout your 6 stations, you have engine, you have, I heard, tiller.
Yes, two tillers.
Okay, 2 tillers.
Yeah, we have 2 tillers, and one of the reasons we went tiller and went with both tillers is because they carry all of our heavy rescue. Being such a long piece of equipment, they can carry everything we need from rescue, but because they're so maneuverability with those, we can fit into any space we need, and so that's really why we decided to go with both tillers. And
around here, are you mainly community? Are you industrial? What's your coverage area?
So it's kind of a mix of everything. So we have obviously a lot of neighborhood and community, and then a lot of residential, and then down sort of on the west side, we have a lot of business corridor. So medical facilities, hospitals, larger 8 to 10 story car dealership, and then kind of now in the center of town, we've kind of gone a mixed occupancy where we have a lot of residential above, and then shopping, retail underneath. And
so taxpayers, as they're referred to.
Right. So very mix of everything. So we kind of have to be prepared.
Yeah. So that's why you got tillers and ladders and engines, and you have different medic units at each station. And the one thing I noticed that maybe you can clear up for me, out front it says 44 station, but on the side of the trucks it says 344.
So originally we always called it station 44.
Station 4. It started off station 4, and then we went to the 44s because of the district that we're in, the county that we're in.
And then our county is all 3s. So then another county next to us will be maybe 2s or 9s. So that's why we're 344. So that's something that's kind of
makes it easier for dispatching to make sure everybody.
Right, and so each department carries, for example, Carmel is all 40s. Westfield to the north of us is all 80s. Fishers to the east of us is all 90s. And so that's the way it goes. So Indianapolis would be engine 1 from Indianapolis would be engine 1 from Indianapolis. If it's engine 41, it would be Carmel's engine. 41. Carmel's number 1.
And then the 3 is for the county.
And the 3 identifies the county you're in.
It makes
so if we go out of district or out of county, the mutual aid, they'll know that's 341 is Carmel's engine.
Gotcha.
We are fortunate here. We work really well with all the surrounding counties. So mutual aid is a big thing for us. We on most fires, a lot of the fires, we will be working hand in hand with other municipalities.
Collaboration is very important, not just between your own departments, or your own stations, but also other people.
It's a matter of safety, too, on the fire scene. Because if you have engine, people get confused. Engine 1, if you just stayed with 1, Carmel's engine 1, Fisher's engine 1, Westfield engine, which one are you talking to? So that it identifies it that way too.
Now in this building, do you guys have any kind of training facilities or anything like that?
No, guys can't train, and we'll do training in here, but we actually have a dedicated training facility just to the south of here in Carmel, and it has houses a big nice area that has classrooms and able to do EMS training, and then we have an entire training ground on that has the old container systems that have been built into. We have an apartment and then housing and training props.
So you can do live burns.
We do most of our training out at that.
We have cars out there.
One of our viewers are watching us right now and say, "Hey, I'm really interested in Carmel and I want to become part of that." How do they go about doing that?
So they can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and on our YouTube channel. And if you want, we can maybe put like a site that we can definitely link those to. But definitely check us out because we try to do as much and get our word out to the community, not only for here in Carmel, but like you're doing, the fire service in general, we want people to kind of know what we do and what we're about.
And we're always looking for more people. One of the things across the nation is we're trying to raise awareness of what we're doing and that kind of thing. You guys have about 172 employees?
Yeah, roughly between 170 and 180 firefighters, sworn personnel.
Okay. Yeah. And every 2 years you're looking for more kind of
thing?
So
every 2 years we do a hiring process. We just completed one, and so then they'll compile that list, and it'll be good for 2 years, and we'll hire off that list over the 2 years.
Okay. Yeah. Now, if they were to do that, do they have to come in with fire experience, or do you teach them?
No, we teach them. So they'll come in, they can be green, have no experience. I mean, that's how I was 17 years ago. Wasn't a firefighter, didn't have experience, and so you'll come in and you'll do about a 6-month, kind of like a boot camp, really. So you're going to have fire school for about, academy. So you're going to have 20 weeks of fire school, about 6 to 8 weeks of EMT school. So everybody will come out, Fire 1, Fire 2, and EMT trained. And then if they want, while they're here to become a paramedic, we'll send them to paramedic school. And they'll do that while they're on shift, so it's great.
That's awesome. So it's pretty cool to see your guys go out on a call.
That is.
So I had to go out, but we got a couple more rooms to cover before we finish this up. Let's go to the other side of the apparatus bay and see what you have.
All right. So what we did on this part of the side of the bay, again, the firefighters had a lot of input. The mezzanine up top is for storage of EMS supplies.
Right.
Each of these little doors one's a restroom, and that was put in there for, a lot of times the community will ask if they can use the fire station as a voting site. So what we designed to have a restroom here so they can use this bay for the voting in the community and still keep the trucks in the other bays to make runs in that.
And
also,
then you don't have to let them in with the codes all the time.
We're out of their way and they're out of our way.
Right.
So everything can work really well.
Smart. That's
trying
smart.
to think ahead. Yep. Then we have supplies for the station in that locker. This one has the custodial closet with mop buckets and a faucet and sink to clean up the stuff.
Behind us is your engineer's room, basically, or electrical room, you call it. And this is pretty cool because it has its own little entrance also.
Right, little workshop. And instead of having a shed like we used to, this is added on so we can bring the lawnmower in here, the walk-behind lawnmower, and service it, work on it.
Right.
All the other things, we have the smaller hand lawnmowers, the snow plow, things like that can be worked on in here.
Right.
Also nice, you saw our table upstairs in the kitchen. This is a place where the guys can work on it, and it's not being worked on in the middle of the bays. It's not in the way of the trucks.
Right.
It can kind of be out of the way so they can do projects like that for around the station in here and keep it out of the way of all of our trucks.
Sure. And many of us as fire guys, we always have a hobby too. I like to weld, that's my hobby, but guys can come down and maybe do their hobby, maybe a little bit of working or something like that on their spare time. You have washers and dryers over here for all the truck stuff, not the stuff upstairs, so he takes care of that.
And then on the other side of the bay is where we have our gear locker or gear station.
Right. So, I noticed that when we were walking around, you don't have any of your gear really standing out in the apparatus bay. So you're really compliant with the NFPA regulations to have that warm zone, cold zone, and hot zone.
Yeah, we're really trying to make sure that we're compliant and up to date with everything that needs to be done, especially for that safety factor for our firefighters. Anything that can help keep them safe and that may keep things cleaner, we're going to try to do for sure.
Okay. And which room is it here?
So right over this way.
Okay.
There's 2 doors going in and out.
Okay.
Either way.
The light go on. There it is. Oh, this is nice. Yeah. So you walk in. It's pressurized. I can feel that. I can feel that as I walked in. The hairs on my arms stood up right away.
Yes.
So all those carcinogens that are going,
right up through there.
right up and through, and it's filtered out.
Up and out. So keeps it safe and clean.
Right. Now, you guys have 2 sets of gear per guy? Or?
Yes, we do. We have 2 sets of gear per firefighter.
Okay.
And then that way we can, switch out. If we have a fire, we'll switch out as soon as we get back and get those cleaned and back to us.
Do you guys now send your gear out, or do you clean them in-house?
We do send them out. We have a company that comes and picks them up and cleans them and then brings them back to us.
Very efficient.
And, and probably the same as you, when I got hired, it was, cool to have dirty gear was cool. And now, as we find those carcinogens, we want to get them off as soon as we can, get them clean the helmets.
Right.
So clean gear can be cool.
Yeah. So once again, I want to thank you guys for inviting us. Tim, John.
Hey, thank you
this
so
was
much
awesome
for
to
serving
see. So this was another Station Cribs. So do us a favor, hit that subscribe, hit that notification so we can keep bringing you more. This is Carmel Fire Station or Fire Department in Indiana. Hit them up on their website, their Facebook, and their YouTube. Pretty cool to see. So thank you for watching.